Hey, Shalom, Call Halal, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Hakadosh, the ones apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully, and continue fighting that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we're finding that number to be delivered. All right. So real quick, as you see here, you got the devil on the clock, and I believe I'm going to entitle this, "It's Just a Matter of Time." Okay. Now, if you see the titles around the clock, it says no rules, no mercy, no codes, no limits, no guilt, no fear, no remorse. And this is exactly what the devil's going to do. All right. So, like I said, I'm going to title this, "It's Just a Matter of Time." And a lot of you people out here, I have no idea what's transpiring right underneath your nose. All right. You're so preoccupied in everything else, and you're living your life as status quo. All right. So I'm gonna get a couple clips, and we'll go from there. Damn. I got it. Here we go.
They take away cash and make everything digital, and digital currency is central bank digital currency. Obviously, you have no power whatsoever. If they don't like what you're doing, they just shut you down and you're impoverished. It just happened in Canada last winter, so we know what the consequences are. We know why they want it. So that couldn't happen, right? Well, we may live to see the day that it does happen. And here's the latest sign that it may be happening. The number of banks and ATM machines in this country are in steep decline. Far fewer than there were just a few years ago. And in some countries like Australia, they're going away at high speed. So this is not something that anyone voted on. This is something that they're just doing, whether you like it or not. They take away.
All right. So again, you people have no idea what's about to transpire. All right. All these banks and ATM machines, they're all shutting down. But does the average person notice it? Absolutely not. They have no clue that these things are going down. All right. So let me get get this here. The question is, why are all U.S. banks closing? It says soft profit and aggressive cost cutting means still more Americans will see their local branches close its doors in 2024. Now, that interview with Tucker Carlson was in 2023. All right. And I'm going to get another clip going back to the government summit of 2022. All right. It says Nathaniel Stovall, head of the financial institution research at S&P Global Marketing Intelligence, says banks have recognized that their physical footprint does not need to be as large today, he says. Right? Why are they closing these banks? Because they're about to make that move. Like I said, it's only a matter of time now. The Lord's going to give the devil the power to spring into action with this whole digital transformation. All right, check it. Let me go here. And this is an article, CNBC. It says if your local bank branch has closed for good, you're not alone. Here's what you can do. All right, and again, these so-called writers and media people, they lost too. They have no idea what the hell's going on. All right, but there's always a solution here in Babylon. Okay, nobody ever thinks that the worst is going to happen here in Babylon. When you look at the so-called government shutdown, when they're talking about they're running out of money, nobody's even in fear. Nobody's even trembling about that. All right. Now, how real of a thing it could possibly be where the government shuts down, damn near all the appropriate funding for everything that and have come to understand can be done. But people are so relaxed. People are always, saying that, well, they're just crying wolf. They'll find the money and they'll fund us and everybody will be okay. That's the going sentiment here in America. They'll always find a way. But now the time is coming, man. All right. So this article was updated Wednesday, January 24, 2024. Now, they have been talking about these bank closings, since 2022, 2022, when they was really starting to ramp up with it. All right. It says, it's no secret that as more services become digital, retail businesses have sometimes struggled to find their place in the new reality. All right. Because why? Everything's becoming digital. And once all the components of this new digital transition is in place, you best believe what? It's gonna be that time to implement that thing, man. That MOT. Okay? It's gonna be time to put it in place. And like always, you people aren't gonna know what the hell's going on until you wake up that morning. Alright? Here the banks are slowly but surely rolling throughout the country, shutting doors. ATMs disappearing. You can't even find the ATM anymore, damn near. Driving all around the world, stopping at different gas stations. They don't have one in there. Okay? And you're going to be forced to take that thing right away. Because you need to stay online, so to say. Now, you're going to have certain people who, you got your myth busters. You got all these people who think that, they think they're on the inside just because they know a little bit about the Illuminati, and they got, a couple articles here and there, but they don't understand the full magnitude of what's about to take place. All right? So continuing on. It says, while many imagine in-person shopping being replaced by online retailers, a similar trend is happening with U.S. banks as consumers continue to visit brick and mortar branches less frequently. Or they're visiting them less frequently because a lot of them are just becoming obsolete, shutting their doors. You go by a couple of these banks, closed down, it's all dark inside there. It says in some communities, neighborhood banks being forced to shutter their doors has caused significant damage to local economies, okay, and exacerbated existing financial inequities, okay. So the price is already being paid. People are starting to feel this shit, and they don't know why. Why are they closing these banks? So now people, I will go find another bank. Only coming to find out that bank's going to be closing. And the next bank's going to be closing. And the next, and the next. And you people have no idea, right? So I'm going to go from there. Let me, now, this next clip, I featured it probably about a year ago now. All right? And this is that government summit with Pepper Melgren. She kind of breaks it down about this new digital currency that's about to be implemented. Now, this was in 2022. Can you imagine how much more progress they have made here in 2024? Now they're ready to start shutting shit down. So take a listen. Once again, you may have heard this very same thing from a few lessons I did a year ago or so, but it's more prevalent now because here we are in 2024, and as we all can attest to, 2024 started out with a bang. All right, and as these next few months come, as every year around this time, February, March, April, there's always something that pops off. So check it out.
What underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71, and so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new accounting is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private, but what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The US is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well. And the question is, will that new system of digital money and digital accounting accommodate the competing needs of the citizens of all these locations so that every human being has a chance to have a better life? Because that's the only measure of whether a world order really serves.
Right. Now, this was the government summit in Dubai, right? Damn near every nation is in this room, all right? And why is that? Every nation is in this room listening to this very thing. As she said, she's going to say it boldly because she knows without a shadow of a doubt that this digital currency is about to be rolled out in the form of MOTB. Okay, the chip, if you will. And even with me saying these things now, here in 2024, the channel's liable to get cut, the show deleted. Y'all brothers remember 2008, 2009, we could say it all day long, freely, without no issues, no questions asked, nothing. Because it was all a game back then to everybody. All right? Now it's starting to ramp up. Now it's starting to get serious. Now people are starting to, keep their eyes open. All right? But this being said, at the government summit in 2022, they're ready to roll out the carpet now. And again, you people are going to be massively shocked. Now I was saying that the time is going to come where you got a lot of these so-called conspiracy theorists, busters, and all these people who are all about, they got the inside scoop of the Illuminati, and they understand what the MOTB is. They understand what it is. They understand it's the thing that's spoken about in the book of Revelation. They understand it. And I'm talking about just average everyday people, right? But what they don't understand is the fact that they're professing that they're not going to take it. Well, again, who's going to help you in that day? Let's read Isaiah 65 and 13. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed." So again, for all you people out there, because you're going to have three classes of people. You're going to have the class that's just going to be led to the chipment, to the chipping booth, if you will. Then you're going to have that class of people who know that this is talking about the thing that's written in Revelation, and they're going to take it, period. And then you're going to have the servants of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, whom are going to trust in the Lord, and whom the Lord is going to see that his men are taken care of. And when I say men, because the Lord said, the flock of my pastor are men, it's going to filter down through the men and onto the families and to the women and so on and so forth. But the Lord said, my servants are going to eat. So with all these groups of people, the group in the middle, they're going to be stuck, man. And when they come to that crossroads, they're going to have to see Esau in that implant chip there. They're going to have to. In the beginning of this thing, they're going to be, they're going to rebel and hell no, we're not taking it. But when shit starts to slow down, the dust starts to settle, and they're going to understand. We ain't got no food. We ain't got no water. We ain't got no services. We ain't got no internet. We ain't got no phone. All that shit is going to come down upon their shoulders. And they're going to march right on that goddamn line. They're going to march right on that line and go and get that thing. And that's it. All right. So, to the masses of people who are out there who are blind as bats and being led to the slaughter, you know what? It's about to become a reality now. No more talking, no more trying to, tell you what it is. You're going to have to find out the hard way. Okay? Isaiah 60:2, it says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people." Right? Gross darkness the people. What does that mean? Because they have no idea. Even though they're being told, they're watching videos, they're hearing videos, they're getting bits and pieces of what's happening. They don't have no time to hear this, as they would say, nonsense. Why? Because America has always made it to be able to find a way. So as we break these things down and start getting into it, people will hear what we're saying, but they'll say, I'm going to trust in the government. I'm going to trust in them because they always come through for us. Right? As it is written, the last part of this verse, it says, "But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee." Right? And they are those whom the Lord are calling his servants, that are going to be able to eat, that are not going to be hungry, that are going to be able to drink, all right? That are not going to be ashamed. So the rubber's really about to meet the road around here, man. It's about to come to a real speedy halt. Here we go. Psalms 146:3. It says, Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. Why? Because again, the going theory around here is they always find a way. So instead of taking heed to what the servants of the Lord are saying, instead of taking that heed, they're going to wait and sit for the government to just, come and say, the third week of the month, we're going to pass a bill. It's a temporary bill, but we're going to pass it and we're going to fund the economy and all this other nonsense. People sit and wait for it. All right? They're not proactive. They're not trying to figure it out. They're not trying to find out what's really going on behind the scenes. And this is why a lot of you people are going to suffer. You're going to suffer it the hard way. All right? So with that, I just want to bring these quick points out, because again, we're getting that much closer, man. And it's just as the clock in the devil here, it's just a matter of time. He's not going to show any mercy. All right? He's not going to, have any guilt. He's not going to have any fear. He's not going to have any remorse when these things start to roll out. And the ones who are going to suffer the most are you Israelites, because you've trusted in this system so hard that you're going to have no other way or no other idea to sustain yourself but by going to him. All right? So Lord willing, I'm going to see y'all in another one. I'm going to say shalom.